Well, good morning. Well, it's just morning. We've got a couple of minutes to go here on, what is it, Sunday the 29th? Or is it Sunday the 30th? I've totally forgotten. Um, anyway, it's near the end of August. That's all I need to know. This match is between MrBill and CroDubrovnik, or Croatia, the chap is from. And this is another match in round one of this year's 10 Ball Masters Championship, and it was a match I didn't think I would get because I was scheduled to finish work right now, but we actually finished a bit early. Good morning. So I managed to dash home in time. I haven't even changed, and we're all set, ready to go. Both players are here. I'm just going to call him Dubrovnik. I'm not going to call him CroDubrovnik and all of that stuff. Good morning, Semi. MrBill certainly sitting in the chat. Dubrovnik was here. He was in a room earlier on. Unless I can't see him. Yeah, he seems to have disappeared. Oh no, there he is. He's in away mode. So we're just waiting on the room going up. So we'll just cover the rules again. Race to 14. It's 10 ball. It's a call shot game. Combos and banks should be called, and there's no jump queues, and there's a minute shot clock and a minute extension, so plenty of time for each player to think about their shot, and probably about a minute to go. There's quite a few matches I think are scheduled on the bracket, most of which I won't be able to get. Well, 6 PM on Tuesday would be fine for me because I'm now starting at 6 AM in the morning, so that means I can stay up to about 10 o'clock at night, so that would be fine. Excuse me. Well, MrBill is still a contender for this tournament. The one thing I would say against Bill is, and this is what I said the last time, one of Bill's big pieces of armory has been taken away from him again. There's no jump queue in this tournament, and that is a weapon that Bill wields quite profusely in challenge rooms when he's playing 9 ball, and that is taken away from him, so he's going to have to kick, and that sort of evens it out. Dubrovnik, as far as I'm aware, plays 9 ball. I haven't seen a lot of him, but we'll get a good judgment of where both players are once this match starts. The room should be going up any second. We're right at the top of the hour. It's 12 noon, Sunday afternoon. Good afternoon, Mark. So we have an unexpected stream match. This will be the second match I've streamed. We had one last night, which was a bit disappointing. Snake Eyes against Acero. Acero did win out in the end, but there was nothing really to get excited about in that match. Let's just hope that, well, Snake Eyes warms up in the one-loss side and Acero gets a wee bit better, but things hopefully will pick up. So the room is up, one player is in, I'm going in. Oh yeah, I'm going to have to change the bloody cloth again, aren't I? If I can get it done in time. Right. So Bill is in. Dubrovnik is thinking about it. Good afternoon to all the latecomers, however many there might be. We had a maximum, we had a peak of 19 in that match yesterday, which was a bit of a surprise, having checked the analytics after the stream. Yeah, go and change your name to Mooncake, for goodness sake. You can go edit your name, I think you can. Maybe not. Can't remember whether you can or you can't. Anyway, I'm not sure what the timeout is in this match. I think it's well, you can't. I think it's 10 minutes to get in the room. So Dubrovnik, well, having gone in away mode, if he's away from the computer, he won't hear the audible alert to let him know the room is up, but he should know by looking at the clock. I do believe they have clocks in Croatia. And of course, Bill, for anybody that doesn't know, is from the USA. And it's probably, I'm guessing it's about 6 AM in the morning where Bill is. Right, here we go. They're both in. They're lagging off. Let's just check my little doodle's working. Yeah, we're good to go. So MrBill breaking off, dry break, and he's gone safe. Yeah, well, I think I'll make a prediction after maybe 2 or 3 racks to see what Mr. Dubrovnik's made of it this game. I've only ever seen him in a 9-ball challenge room. I've never seen him playing 10-ball. Most people actually don't play 10-ball. So we've got an interesting situation where the 10-ball is. It's right over the corner pocket, and well, if you can bang a ball towards that 5 and 6, you'd be unlucky not to knock the 10 in. So got to be careful here. And well, Bill is going to have a big draw, or in fact he might have to push forward here. I don't know whether a draw will do him a great deal, whether he can come out far enough. We'll soon find out. He's going for the big draw, see if he can get out far enough. See, that's the problem. It's whether he could get out. Well, he's going to finish right on the 2, and he won't be able to pot that, I don't think. Well, he's going to try and draw and batter into something. And in it goes, and in goes the cue ball. Now, when Bill was playing that shot to draw back up the table, the problem with the draw immediately as I looked at it is that he didn't have enough angle to actually draw off the rail and come over to the left, which is what he would want to do. So I thought he'd have been better going forward. That would have at least brought him down the left hand side, and I don't think Bill was thinking straight there, but that would have been the surest way to get the cue ball out rather than trying to draw it, because you're only going to draw it straight up the table and go on the short side of the 2. He was unlucky that he finished so close to it, but that's what spoiled his chances there. And of course the scratch didn't help, and MrBill scratched again. So an untidy start, but Bill's got a safety net. The 7 and the 9 are locked up. Who's Gary C? Come on, remind me who Gary C is. Oh, is that Tam? Or is it Del Boy Gary? Gary. Well, the 6-ball wasn't called from what I can see. And The shot has been passed back. Good afternoon, everybody. Now you can let me know if the volume's okay in the mic. I did turn it up a bit the other day. Now, did he call that pocket? Because if he did, that's a cracking shot. I know he's called something, and he has called the pocket. That was excellent. Well, YouTube is acting funny. I'll tell you why. Because they're actually changing the streaming options in YouTube, and I've set it should be on YouTube. It should be live on there right now, but they're messing about with things, and the problem is Restream, who mix all the chat into the one stream, if you know what I mean. It wasn't recognising YouTube when I get in there, so I set up a stream and it should be on YouTube. In fact, I'd be surprised if it isn't. You've got an error on Twitch. That's weird. Well, Dubrovnik is going to have to play a good one on this 8-ball and go across 2 rails here to come back over for the 9. Well, he's trying to be far too delicate here. He had to play the right shot there, and he's gifted this to Bill. That wasn't a wise shot. Trying to be cute to hold for the 9 when it was far easier to cut it and go across the table. So Bill has got out of jail here in this first rack. At least 2 scratches he's had, but he may well be getting away with it. So Bill is off and running, but that shot that Dubrovnik played there, at the angle he had, he should have went across the table. It was the safest shot, rather than trying to be too coy and play a delicate shot, especially in the first rack. And that's what's cost him. And that's it's a good break, but a dry break. So let's see what Dubrovnik can do now. He's got to draw away from that 8-ball, I would think, because he may well run into it. And he needs to squirt past the 9, which he has done. 4 goes past the 6. Now these are all there for the taking. It's all a question of whether this champ's going to be good enough to do it. Little draw off the 4. I think he needs to be careful with the draw off this 4. He's got a wee bit of an angle behind. You see there, he's overcooked it, you see. Yeah. And that immediately tells me the touch and the sensitivity there hasn't been adjusted well enough, or he'd have played that much better. Far too heavy in the draw. So immediately the signs are not too good, although Bill has gifted Dubrovnik another chance here, and he has to take this. He can't mess around anymore here. Needs to get this rack put away. He doesn't need to do anything other than just pot the 7 gentle, roll the 8 in. You see, even that is too hard. You know, got to be a wee bit more gentle. See, he's on the wrong side of the 9 now, so he's running up the table. But he should be home and dry here. And again, it's a gift from Bill. So very early stages of the match, but at some point somebody's going to have to get a grip and get into the swing of things here. Well, that break there from Dubrovnik, how many did he pot there? About 3 or 4. What did we lose? The 2, the 4 and the 6 have gone. Now remember, if you were on the stream last night, remember what I said about guys not paying any attention to the shot clock that they've got, and Dubrovnik's racing away there to play a combo when he should be stopping and taking stock of the situation. Well, this is going to be the shot that will decide Iraq, getting onto the 7. Now Bill's going to have to avoid running into the 9. If he just plays this plain ball, he's going to run over into the 9. Yep, he's having to dig down. Well, he'll just draw back off that slightly, but he needs to be able to get into the cue ball. He can't go close to the rail like that. So now he's going to have to play a long 10 ball, just roll in the 9, not try to do anything spectacular, just keep it simple. Bill back into the lead. Be interesting to see how Dubrovnik, if he actually does take any time over shots. It's always a worry when a player doesn't, because you know that their mind's not really fully on the situation. You have to take your time, use your shot clock. That's what it's there for, so that you're sure about what you're doing. Well, the push out was played by Bill, and it was passed back to Bill. See, that shot there, that was the sort of shot that Dubrovnik could have played, but he wasn't interested. Now, well, the 5 ball, sorry, not the 5 ball, the 1 ball will actually squeeze past that 4. It's really tight, and it would go in off the jaw. Well, Bill looks as if he's banking. Is he trying to cut it, or is he trying to bank it up towards the 6? Well, he's trying to cut it, and that'll be a missed call. I know the one thing I'd be doing, I mean, I'm hopeless at jumping anyway, and I know if I was playing Bill in this tournament and I was aware of what Bill was like with the jump cue, I'd be locking him in behind balls as often as I could. Well, it could end up being a 7-10 combo. It's going to be really awkward to try and get on that 7 in such a way that you're not going to try and pot it onto the 10. Now, he's not as good at kick shots as he is at jumping, I'll tell you that. Well, Bill again's going to have to run down the table and back up to try and get straight on this 7. Good afternoon, welcome to everybody that's joined for this unexpected stream. Well, Bill's decided just to let it run straight up the table. Well, this is making it a wee bit more difficult. Would have been better if he could at least get up to that right middle pocket. That would have made it much easier to play the combo. So he's called the 10, and at that distance that's asking an awful lot. I think it'd have been worthwhile trying to get up the table on that right hand side. Dubrovnik's got a problem. He's a mile away from the 9 ball, and he's going to have to call the bank or play the safety. Well, no arguments about that one. He's going to have to pull out another good shot. You got some ground loop. What does that mean? Somebody explain that. You got some ground loop something there, Hugh. That's because it's an old mic. This Logitech headset I've got is it's got to be 15 years old. I think it came out when USBs came out. If there's any buzzing on it, that is. Like I say, I turned the volume up on the mic on the stream a little bit the other day. Maybe you've got tinnitus. Maybe that's what it is. Everybody else says it's fine. If you're getting a buzzing in your ears, that's tinnitus. But anyway, we are underway, and we're at 2 racks all. It's amazing how much different 10 ball is to 9 ball, all for the sake of 1 ball. It's just an entirely different game. Well, Larry's there as well. Is this going to be Larry's time? Is Larry going to step up to the plate and win one of these damn tournaments with that mouse that he likes? Vince says if you read the tournament, if you go to the tournament information page and you go and read the chat, the comments on that page, obviously Stubbs on there, and Vince says is on there saying that something about meeting him in a tournament as if he was going to sign up, and then he bottled out. Do you hear a buzzing, Larry? Maybe you guys just need to turn your volume down a wee bit. I don't know. I'll move the mic away from my mouth a bit more. Oh dear. Well, he got the call right on the 8 ball, but he scratched. I'll listen to the stream once this is finished and see what it sounds like. I'll have to look at getting another headset at some point, but right now isn't the time. Good afternoon, Potman. Well, is Bill going to try and thin cut this 6? This is not easy. You've got to get this flush, and he's got it. And the kiss on the 7 hasn't helped, but he doesn't need to look for an angle to get onto this 9. He's perfect. It's all about the cut. Yeah, there's some good first round matches in this tournament, and I'd love to get them, but just all a question of, was that going to go where I think it's going to go? Yeah, it is. That was always going to be the danger. So it was all about the pace, and it's another gift for our friend from Croatia. Well, you know what I say. If you're an underdog in the match, but you can hang in until it gets towards the business end, then strange things happen. Especially to the guy that's the favourite to win it, or to win the match, that is. But it's maybe asking a lot if Dubrovnik can stay all the way in this match, but we're going to see whether he does or he doesn't. But he's certainly going to be doing that if Bill keeps doing things like that, gifting him a 9 and a 10 to give Dubrovnik the lead. Well, another ambitious combo at distance. Well, the easiest shot here's the billiard, a gentle billiard onto the 6 off the 1, and then you can still play the 1 across the table into the opposite pocket. It just needs to be gentle though, and he's played it perfect. The only problem now is he can only just go forward and leave a long 2, but at least he's still at the table. What's he doing here? Oh, that is just silly. I mean, he's tried to leave the cue ball in a narrow gap to get on that too. I mean, look at the gap that he had to play in. But if you look at the gap on the left hand side, I mean, why he didn't roll through to here to leave the 2 there, I don't know. You know, he's left the cue ball here to try and find a gap through there to get the 2, which is stupid. Got to play the sensible shot. I mean, the problem with playing through to the 2, the one that I was talking about, is the chances are you're going to run into the 7 ball when you pot the 2, but it's such a narrow margin to try and get that cue ball back into that narrow space to get on the 2 in the shot that he played, and it's given Bill the chance to square the match again. Well, this is another tester. Now, did that 7 pass the 8? Because he might want to play the 5 long and just draw it. Aye, it will go. So we're tied again. nobody so far has shown any signs that they're going to take the initiative and control this match. So the 1 ball's gone, the 9 ball's gone, and well, where's the problem here? Pot the 4. He's got to draw off that into the 8 maybe. He's gone across the way. He's got the wrong angle in the 5. Yeah, Bill, I don't know what, again, I don't know why Bill didn't draw off that and draw into the 8. I don't, it's just, he went in the opposite side, left it a more awkward shot, and it's another gift of a chance here for Dubrovnik. Well, just a dead weight roll in and try and roll the 8 in so that the 10's get into the top left. Oh dear, see, that is not a good sign to be playing a shot like that. I mean, that's just, you kill it stone dead. If there's any doubt in actually just rolling it gentle, then just kill it stone dead. And Dubrovnik shot himself right in the foot. Really poor, and probably nervy as well. And Bill, I don't think Bill will be worrying now when he sees his opponent doing things like that with a gift and just throwing it all away. So Bill with the lead now, ball in the break. 1 ball. Well, you can only see a sliver of an edge of the 1 ball just to push out. Well, Bill is going to eventually slip away in this match if Dubrovnik doesn't keep things really tight and gets a grip in his safety. But Bill's missed a 1. Now, this is so difficult to get up the table for the two. Just a thin edge in that too. Is he pushing it to the left? Yes, he's pushing it to the left. The problem with that is unless he gets covered, he's going to leave Bill a shot, but I think he's maybe going to get it good this time. That's not bad. Well, an easy safety here. Easy safety. But that, again, he's calling the 9. There's no way I'd be doing that. I know what I'd be doing. I'd be skimming that 2 there to there. Cue ball there, there, and down here. Looking for cover. It's a brave shot to play that, but unless you're now capable of running this table, it's a pointless exercise, and we're about to find out whether he can or he can't. Oh, you don't want to see Larry's pick. I've seen it. Well, the question has been answered. Dubrovnik's got away with it almost. Now, is Bill looking to line up a bank here? He hasn't called anything. No, Bill's doing the sensible thing that Dubrovnik should have done. The only picture I've seen of you, Larry's with that big beard, which must be probably 20 years old or more. Bill has, I think, got out of jail there. He's just able to see the 7. But it's looking very likely that Bill is going to open a gap here now. Well, I'm all for being brave and taking initiative, but Dubrovnik called the combo on, I think it was the 5-9, when he had a far easier safety shot to play and could have gained the benefit from that. And having potted that combo, he couldn't run the table. Good morning, or good afternoon, good morning, Slim. Well, I wasn't expecting to be doing this match today because I would normally have been just getting in the house right now, but we managed to finish a little bit early. We finished about 10 past 11 and then I just dashed into the car and raced home because I knew this one was starting at 12 noon, which is my finishing time supposedly today. So Dubrovnik, ball in hand, can he run this table? Now the 6 goes past the 9, but again he has to come off this 5 ball and get out into the table a bit here. He doesn't want to be near the rail or doing anything silly. See there, he's now going to have to work the cue ball. Big draw into it. Well, he didn't play that with a great deal of confidence again. He's leaving a long cut. He wanted to get that right down the table. He's given me the impression that he's not really getting in control of this cue ball, which always worries me in being able to complete the job. But he's got 2 balls to put away here to get back within 1, and that will do. So remember, for anybody who's hasn't checked the tournament settings, just a reminder, it's winner breaks this tournament. There's no jump cues, and Dubrovnik breaking off, trailing by 1. The break is dry. tiny feather on that one ball and get the cue ball away from there. Try and tuck Bill behind the 8. Well, he's trying to billiard onto the 8, but again, that's far too ambitious. Get the cue ball away from there and up the table like that. That's exactly what you want to be doing. See, there he gets the reward. He's now got ball in hand. Now, he wants to be doing a bit more of that, in my opinion. You've got to know your limitations, as Harry says. And once you know that, well, goodness me. I wish I had went down to look at that one ball, because I don't know what the hell he tried there. We'll never know. And Bill's problem is he can't avoid hitting the 4 here when he pots this 3. So he's going to have to rely on luck to actually get a shot in this 4. Needs a lucky bounce here. Well, I think he'll take that. Going to have to probably put a good bit of inside left on this to spin off that jaw and down to the 5. So Bill looking very likely he's going to open the gap again, but I don't know what Dubrovnik was doing there with ball in hand. After playing the sensible shot that I talked about, he then just messes up the shot with ball in hand. I think the guy's a bit nervous. Well, let's be honest, you should never be missing a pot with ball in hand in any of these games. Like I say, if you don't assess the situation and take your time, then you're going to do stupid things. But it is Bill who now has the lead again by 2 racks. And a ball in the break. Well, 2 balls in the break. But a very thin cut in this one ball, and that will do. Or will it? Well, that kiss off the 4 didn't help. Now, can he, if he can get a feather edge of this 2, he can brush and try and just brush up towards the 6 and 3 and may well get cover there. Aye, Potman, you don't have to seek any troubles, do you? Well, put it this way, if you don't do numpty stuff and you stay in the match, then you'll have a chance. Just don't do what Dubrovnik's been doing. That's my advice. Well, Bill has made the mistake again. And where Bill should be opening up a big gap, he's leaving chances for Dubrovnik to pinch racks here. He's got to get up that table though. Is that the 4 ball or the 8 ball there? That's the 4 ball. Yeah. 8 balls at the bottom of the table. Well, this is no man's land. Into the right middle. Oh, that's unlucky though. Well, that's this rack gone. That was Dubrovnik's chance come and gone. Bill should take it out now. and he will eventually have a 3-rack lead and begin to pull away by the look of it. But Bill's going to have to cut out the errors. But having said that, I don't think he feels under a great deal of pressure, so he's maybe playing a wee bit more loose than what he would normally do. I am well impressed with this update to VCam, because you can actually, well, there's the odd little flicker, but I mean it's still much better than what it used to be. Well, he was always going to end up behind the 4 there. Well, it's been a while since Albie's signed up for a tournament. Whether or not he'll play in it, I have my doubts. Good afternoon, Jose. It's taken you 30 minutes. What the hell was you doing? Right, everybody seems to be in Twitch. Are we saying that there's absolutely nothing on YouTube? Oh dear. Well, it's looking worse here. Error on Chrome. Maybe you need to update Chrome. Yeah, Chrome, I think Firefox has just had an update that I haven't updated because I'm using Chrome. And Bill's missed a 6. Well, I think Dubrovnik cannot afford to mess this up. He's trailing by 3. He can't let Bill get away any further. Larry can't connect to Twitch or YouTube. What the hell's going on? When you say you can't connect Twitch or YouTube, you're not getting any live stream at all. Well, the problem must be the internet. It's certainly not. There's not a problem on my end. Well, finally Dubrovnik has got the rack, and well, if Bill keeps getting loose and gives Dubrovnik enough chances, then Dubrovnik's going to stay in the match. But we've yet to see anybody run a rack here. Nobody has run a rack yet. Dubrovnik's certainly not going to run a rack playing shots like that. He's just got no pace and control at all there to get on that 3-ball, and there was plenty of room to come across the table and get on it, and so you end up in the middle of nowhere trying to play stupid cuts like that. Okay, he's got it, but he's going to be hooked in the 4. but look at what he's ended up having to do all the time. This is not how you win racks, by trying to dig out shots each time. This is the way Stubb plays a lot of times, just running out of position all the time and playing crazy pots to try and keep himself at the table. Probably Stubb would make a better job of it as far as that goes, but you've got to go for better positional play. It makes your life a heck of a lot bloody easier, so it does. And Dubrovnik's got away with that, although he's going to be locked up here. Well, the safest shot would be the soft one and the spin behind, but he's going to be in trouble again. And if Bill can get it tighter, or is he going to go all out for the run? Is Bill going to be confident enough to pot these balls and win the rack? Well, again, he's got himself in the middle of nowhere on this 5 ball. This is making life difficult. And it's gone again. Well, this is untidy. The match last night was disappointing. This is even more disappointing so far. And Dubrovnik's got away with it as well. That's a missed call, and I think Dubrovnik's going to be playing again here because Bill can't see the 6. So whenever the missed call happens like that, you have the option to put your opponent back in, which has been done. Now then, here's the chance. Just drop the 7 in, let the cue ball go through an inch or two so he can roll the 9 into the middle. Again, he's hit that far too hard. I don't believe for 1 minute he tried to get straight in the 9. He's just hitting it far too hard. That 9 should have been played into the middle. Now, whatever you do, don't let the cue ball run and do something daft. Just cut it in. And Dubrovnik's back in the game. Was trailing by 3. He's now trailing by 1. 7-6 to Bill. And the 5 ball goes in. No shot in the 1. Is he going to call the bank? I'll tell you who I never saw in the stream last night. Linus was in the stream last night. I never even noticed until the stream was over and I was looking at the analytics thing. I saw his name. I never noticed he was there. Well, that'll be a missed call. Nudging the 7 in. And of course, Bill didn't like what he was left, so Dubrovnik's been put back in again. How does that look? Well, he's going to run into the 9. The 9's going to keep him at that end of the table there, and I don't think he's going to have a shot in the 3. By the look of this. Yep. You know, that was always going to be the problem. He's just going to brush onto the 9 and the 9's just going to hold him there with no shot in the 3. Again, I don't know why Bill couldn't see that. It was as plain as a nose in your face. But unless Bill was hoping for something even better. But anyway, he's called the bank, he's played it. How would you like me to speak, Jose? Would you want me to speak in a Spanish accent or whatever it is? I don't know. I think I end up being Manuel. Mr. Faulty, Mr. Faulty. She go crazy. Well, Dubrovnik's left himself in a pile of trouble here. This is going to be a cut on this 9 to get back all square, and well, he was nowhere near the mark. So Bill opens the gap again to 2, and Dubrovnik had his chance there. Could have been all even. Well, was it you, Semi, that predicted 14-8? You know, you still, I think that score's still on here. There's still a possibility, but Bill's going to have to get his act together for that to take place. That's a good cut in the 1. Now, yeah, these pockets don't give you anything as soon as you go to that point. And it's going to be a long 5 ball. He's the wrong angle in the 3, and he's just going to drop this in dead weight. What am I talking about? I'm forgetting about the 4 again. The 4's at the top of the table. You can tell I'm knackered. I'm just back for work. Well, the problem lies ahead for Bill. When he gets to that 7 ball, what's he going to do about the 8? Because he's surely not going to leave an 8-10 combo. No, he's not giving himself an awful lot of options at this distance. He's trying to come down behind the 7, the 8. Well, he's actually decided to make the combo much easier. How about that? He's run into the 8 ball and it's pretty much plumb 8-10 combo. It's not set, but I mean it's not difficult to make. That's one way of doing it. So Bill has opened the gap to 3 racks now. And he's got a ball in the break, but no shot in the 1 again. But he's got plenty of room to hide these balls, get the cue ball up the table. But he's calling the bank again. I think he's more or less going to be playing safe here. He's just trying to hide this 1 ball. I don't think he's really playing the bank, is he? Well, he is playing it. Give him his dues there. He's going all out for it. I think Bill's warming up now. I don't see where the problem's going to be here. The problem may well be from the 5 to the 6, simply because the 6 is in the middle of the table and it's in that awkward place that you can go too far on it. So this is a shot that will decide the rack. And that's pretty good pace. That will do. Now same thing with this shot, he can go behind the 8 ball and play it long, or he can just bring the cue ball into the middle of the table. He's bringing it into the middle, and now it should be simple, and the gap is going to go to 4, and I think that is asking far too much of Dubrovnik when he's trailing before. Oh dear. Well, Bill again, eye off the ball. I mean, there was nothing to do to get on the 9 other than pot the 8 and just push the cue ball around, but he's found a way to miss it, albeit he's not left anything simple. But the errors, it's an error strewn match. That's how the reporter would report this at the end of the match. So the bank's called, and this time it should be okay. Now the question with this shot is do you play the draw, or do you push through and come off the bottom rail and go up? You see, whatever you do, you have to get it sweet, because these pockets give you nothing. And if I was Dubrovnik, I'd be overlooking at that pocket, because that 9 ball, if you try and, well, he's trying to chip it and he's got it. You've always got to double check those corner pockets when a ball is very close into it. It's so easy for you just to go round the jaws and miss the ball altogether. I've done that plenty of times. But anyway, Bill's thrown another rack away. Look at the way that rack is sitting. That's sitting tilted. So it's back to within 2 when it should have been 4. Dubrovnik's break is dry. Yeah, that is a random algorithm that's put into the programming of the game so that the racks aren't perfect. You'll notice that in 9 ball. In fact, you probably noticed it a bit more in earlier versions of the game, you know, previous updates. Well, Bill's missed the 4. I don't know whether Bill's not taking enough time either. He's just not setting himself. I'll tell you what though, if Dubrovnik takes his time here and puts this away, things will start to twitch. It'll get him back within 1. Now you can just brush on to the 8. Oh dear. Well, you can't, there's no excuse for that, I'm afraid. That is unforgivable. There was nothing to do than pot the ball and let the cue ball do the rest and run on to the 8, but how he's managed to miss the 5 is beyond me. But again, not taking enough time. That is the one valid reason. There is no rush. And when it's a race to 14, it's not a race to 14. It's I mean, there's not a shot clock counting down that bloody quickly that you have to rush your shots each time. But somehow Bill may well be getting away with it again. Well, he's going to have to dig out a good one here. This is not easy. And the cue ball, of course, is going to be running. And this is a tough one because it's going to end up in that rail, I think. We're pretty close to it. This is not easy. The cue ball wants to go into that top left hand corner pocket off this shot. I know what I'd be doing. I'd be slamming the 9 with top right hand side, stun into the rail, take the scratch out of the equation and let the cue ball run around the table. It makes the shot much more difficult, but it at least avoids the scratch. And Bill has got away with it again. Well, there's nothing you can really do here but actually go for the pot, because it's so difficult at that distance to try and keep it safe. Oh, that's unlucky. Still not over yet. Bill's going to have to use the left rail and the ball to create the angle with a bit of right hand side to run around. That's exactly what he's doing. And as long as he avoids the scratch, which he has done this time, he's going to be under the 10. So it's the old cut back. So it's back to 3, and Bill hits the double figures, leads by 10 racks to 7. Well, something dropped. I think it was the 2 ball drop in the top left. No shot in the 1, just to push out. Well, a good chance of a good safety here. Get the cue ball down onto the 10 ball, and he's played that well. That's the first decent safety shot that Dubrovnik's played in this match. That's exactly what you want to be doing. And a good kick by Bill, but a chance for Dubrovnik. Now, what do you do here? Do you pot the 1 and call the 10 just in case? Because you might billiard onto the 10. And well, he's hit it and just punched it up the table. Well, he's got 2/3 of a pocket to work with here, and hit it into the 6. Now remember, it's a 60-second shot clock. I'm going to count how long Dubrovnik takes over a shot, because it's no more than 5 seconds. Well, they must be throttling the bandwidth then. That must be what they're doing. I've changed absolutely nothing in my settings other than increase the volume a wee bit. Bill looking to get a breakout here. Or was he? No really any need to, because that there's enough space there to make the combo. Just cut that 7 across the 9. He's perfect to play that. Just cut it away, brush the 9, and in goes the 9. Well, it's probably that as well, because I mean, I don't know exactly how this whole thing works, but I'm assuming that when you guys are all in different parts of the world, you're all working off a local server. I'm sure that must be how it works. You know, if you're in the States, wherever Twitch or YouTube, where their servers are, you must be going. The assumption is you're going to the nearest one that's giving you the best connection. The assumption is all that's done automatically, which it is. But other than that, I know nothing else. I'm just guessing. But I mean, this is early morning in the States. So Bill has the 4-rack lead now, and Dubrovnik will be in trouble here. And well, Bill could just put him in a lot of trouble and go for the 3 fills if he can't get this 2, because there's good cover down amongst these balls here. Well, he's got a good kick, and he's got it safe. Fair play, that's worked out nice. Now the shoe could be in the other foot here in a second or two. Now that's not hit. As a 10 ball hit the rail? No, it hasn't. So Dubrovnik can put Bill in a heap of trouble here. You just push that 2 ball onto the 5, get that cue ball away up the table with a bit of right hand spin if he can, and Bill ain't getting out of that. Oh, it is that another match on? Never even noticed. I think that was a good shot there. I think that was clean. Yes, it was. And almost safe. Now, that's the only thing that doesn't work on this version of the internal browser that Steve gave me to try out. Let's have a quick look. I can get this damn thing to work. Hang on. Where's that other match? Right, that's the match that we're watching. Where's the one with River City? I don't see it. Is it at the top of the bracket? Oh no, there it is. Right, if you press the little icon, it should take you to the room, but it doesn't work. I'm pressing it and it doesn't work. So this version of the internal browser is definitely broken, but at least it works for me as far as showing the bracket goes. But there's a fair few things need fixing on it, which is the other reason why everybody's working on the external browser at the moment in VP4. So they two must have had a bye in the first round if they're through to round 2. So Bill leads 11 racks to 7. He's really awkward over this 6 ball. Well, that score prediction still might work out. 14-8. Oh, Sergresh already played a match. I never even noticed that either. Well, this is another tester for Bill. This is a wee bit fiddly, but he's okay. So Bill is going to be within 2. of round 2. Three ball goes in, shot in the 1. Now, again the same problem. He's trying to draw. Yeah, he's just drawn himself into trouble. Again, the angle he had was so narrow he didn't have much room to work with, but he's got the kick, he's got it safe, but he should be nailed behind that 7 ball every day of the week. He should be glued onto it. Oh, I don't know what Dubrovnik's thinking, but he should have Bill locked onto that 7 ball. Well, he's played the combo. I'll again take my hat off to the guy, but that's not the shot I would have been playing. But it's a shot of desperation. He's got the combo in the 10, and he's got a ball in the break. Has Dubrovnik come to life? Well, he's going to have to do something good on this 1 ball here if he's going to stay at the table. Well, that's going to lock behind the 9. That will do very nicely, thank you very much. Well, certainly, I mean, the most obvious shot you're ever going to play there is locking Bill onto the 7, than trying to pull off a combo, which, you know, he got the combo, but, you know, you got to play to the odds. But I think the other side of the coin is, you know, I don't think, in all honesty, Dubrovnik's going to be running many racks. We've seen not much evidence of it. Let's just say not much evidence from both players, but a lot less likely that Dubrovnik's going to be able to run the table. So Bill's got ball in hand here. So 2 across the 4. And he's going to try and get top side, which is what he's done, so he can just roll the 4. But he wants to get off that rail a bit here. I think he wants to stun this in more than roll it in to get the cue ball out. See that he's glued to the rail here, so he's got little option in what he can do other than just roll through and leave a straight 6. He's double checking it goes past the 7. There's no problem, but well, he's tried to do something and nothing, and he's ended up with nothing. I don't know why he just didn't take his medicine and leave the long 6, but anyway, Bill's doing the right thing and making sure Dubrovnik doesn't have a shot. Well, Dubrovnik's got his 8 racks. That was it again, I've forgotten, was it Semi that called that? I think Semi called that result 14-8. Well, that's some shot, that, Bill. That is a cracking shot. Deserves to be on the 7, and he is. That's the shot of the match, that cut. Well, nothing to do but find a line down between the 8 and 9. Well, the angle must have been a lot better than I thought, because he just rolled through. So this is going to take him to the hill just within one of the next round. We'll have a quick look at the bracket. VP4 should have an update about the 10 ball rules. It's been changed to play for win after potting all the balls. I don't understand that, Vin says. If Larry's there, maybe he can elaborate on it, because I don't understand the wording of that. It's been changed to play for win after potting all the balls. Needs to get lucky. Well, this is a shot for Bill. He can cut the one, not easy, but if the cue ball goes around the angles, he can get out for the two. That's not how I read it. He's saying you can't win from potting a 10 ball during the rack, like a combo. So basically what you're saying is you have to go all the way. So the 10 ball's always the last one that's going to be potted. Just like 8 ball would be in most occasions, but there's umpteen rules for it as well, isn't there? Well, Bill going all out for the win. He's going to have to do exactly what we said. He's going to have to call the combo in the 6. 3 on to the 6. Well, spin it around the rails with a bit of help in English, out into the middle of the table, 5 into the bottom right as we look, and all he does now is, well, he's got a choice. He can go behind the 7 from the bottom side here as we look, or go up into the middle of the table again. If he legally pockets the called 10 ball on any shot except a push out, he wins the rack. But that's not what I was understanding what Vince says was saying. Alright, that's what the WPA rules are. But what Vince says he's talking about, or what Potman was explaining there, was something I've never heard of. Not that I have to say I don't keep up to date in 10 ball rules with all the different organisations. I don't keep a tab on that. So Bill, with just this 10 ball, we'll take him through to the next round. I think what we'll do is we'll have a quick look and see if that other match is still running. So Bill's through comfortably in the end, and the predicted result has come to fruition. Bill does win the match by 14 racks to 8. So quick look in the lobby. Sir Gresham River City, we'll dash into that. Well, we're going to have a good exciting finish here. We're 10 racks all. Well, that's very nice. This will do nicely to finish the stream. And it looks like River City may well be taking the lead. Not a lot to do here. So this is a round 2 match. Now, what Miasm has just said there and what Larry said earlier on is the same thing, and that's how my understanding of this version of 10 ball works in VP4. What Vince says was saying is there's an update to rules, but are the rules that what rules is it that VP4 uses? Is it WPA rules for 10 ball? Oh, there was a bit of a lag there. Did you see that on that shot there? Well, that's what Stubb was doing last year in this tournament early on. Stubb was calling the 10 ball in the break. He done that for 2 or 3 racks, I remember. It's going to be the combo 6-7. And that's always the problem with that shot. You just know that having to make that combo potting angle, that either the first object ball or the cue ball's going to squirt out the way and you'll be left with no shot. Well, he's called the bank. So Sergaresh, I don't think I've ever seen him playing. I don't think I've ever seen him playing anything. But he's got a chance to tie the match up again. Right now, what you said there, Larry, only one ball may be called on each shot except on the break shot where no ball may be called. Is it, are you saying that's what the rules are VP4 is? Because I'm pretty certain Stubb was calling the 10 ball in the break. Or maybe I'm mixing myself up with formats here. Maybe was it 8 ball? I can't remember now. I'm getting confused myself thinking about it. But we've got a tied match here, 11 racks all. The push out called. Yeah, that's why I was certain that Stubb was doing that. I'm certain he was doing it. He did it for 2 or 3 racks, and then get bored with it. Oh dear, that wasn't planned. So ball in hand for River City. 5 ball. 5 ball isn't a problem. Aye, that's the point. There's no point in calling the 10 ball in the break in this tournament anyway, because we're playing spot money. Yeah, if you called the 10 ball in the break in this tournament, it wouldn't make a jot of difference because it's spot money, and if the 10 ball goes down on the break, it goes back up. Oh well, he's okay. That was threatening to drop in behind the 10 ball there, but now he's got a problem finding a way to get onto this 8 ball, provided he pots a 7, which isn't a gimme. Oh, that looks perfect. That is a brilliant shot. He's called the bank, and he's got on probably about the only position you could get onto to have a shot in the 8. That was excellent. That was the trouble with that shot, is he's always going to head into the left hand side of the table. He had to get himself out, and he's got no pace on it. Well, this is anybody's guess where he's calling this. Is he going to bank it? Yes, he is. Oh, the pace done him, and Sergaresh has got a gift to go into the lead. A wee bit softer, and that 10 ball may have dropped. When does the F1 start today? It's in Belgium. It's about 2 o'clock, is it not? That's a brilliant track, the Belgian Grand Prix. Gap between the 10 and the 9, out for the 4. Oh, this is again just putting himself in an awkward situation, but I think he'd have been trying to just get that, if he'd maybe put a wee bit on it to get that cue ball to come up onto the 10 ball. Still get the cut though. He's hooked in the 6. Now, has he called a pocket? I don't think he has. Well, that will do. Oh, that thought he was going to do. He is, he's behind the 7 now. How is that for a finish? Sergeresh. Well, he's going to struggle to find a line to get to this 6 ball, because the 10, let's have a look. Yeah, the line isn't good. The 10 and the 8 are both in the way to find the path to the 6. He's going to have to manufacture something here. That wasn't in the plan. So ball in hand for River City, trailing by 1. And he's got to be careful here though, because this is not dead simple either. You'd want to come up the left here to get on this 8, but the 10 ball's in the way. Now that needs to spin around and keep spinning, and that is pretty good. That is a good shot. This may well be going all the way, although see how the donut turned yellow there, because I was just about to move my mouse to look at the line when he chose the pocket there, and it went blue. Yeah, 12 racks all. The break's dry, so Sergeresh can stun across for the 2 into the right middle. Well, he's letting it run around, but he still got the shot. But the angle I don't think is great to hold for the 3 on this 2. Well, he's managed to stun it, but he's out of line, and now it's all about trying to piece things together here to stay at the table. He'll brush onto the 7, which holds him on the 4. Straight through onto the side rail. Oh, he's brushed into the 8. That still will do. Now how straight is he on this? Oh, he can pinch an angle. Another one again, similar problem. This time he's even straighter. Again, stealing a bit of an angle. Well, the hard and fast rule here is anything but straight, and that is perfect. The little angle with the stun just takes you straight up the table onto the 10. Now I'd be having a look at that 10 ball on the rail just to make sure. Where's the cue ball going? He's okay. And Sergeresh has the break and leads by 13 racks to 12. And so River City has it all to do, has to win the last 2 racks. And he's calling the 10 ball, the bank on the 1 to the 10 to square the match. And that will do very nicely. That was excellent. And we have a hill match. Oh, what am I talking about? Sergeresh called the bank. What am I talking about? I need to get something to eat, guys. Well, that's the one way to win the match. Well, even in the racks that we've seen, that was a far better match than what we saw. I was thinking it was River City in the bank there. But it was a good finish. 14 racks to 12. And let's see how that takes shape on the bracket, if I can get this to work. where is it? There. Let's have a look at the top. Right, so we've, this is, what's the day's date? Is this the 29th? Or is it the 30th? I've totally forgotten. It's the 30th, right, so tomorrow, 2 days time, we've got Moz against Legit Matthews. The winner of that match will play Jose. Then you've got Bill. Oh, look at that for a match. You've got Bill against Albinario in the next round. Well, I'll tell you something. Bill's going to have to pull his socks up a bit. Albinario doesn't play VP4 anymore. Anything he does play is shooter's pool. So I'll be surprised if this goes ahead. We'll find out. Acero went through last night in the match that we streamed. He's waiting to play VP Monster or McClarkey. VP Monster isn't sure whether he'll play in the tournament either. He mentioned that the other day. Sylvia's waiting on the match between Larry and Fan or Wanwa, and Popman's sitting there waiting. And then you've got Keith and Semi Pro trying to arrange their match. Mr. Fox has got to wait because Cobra and Bedhead have to arrange their match. Linus, who's that? Interchange X. What the hell happened there? Seni forfeited. Oh, right. Seni forfeited against Interchange X. So he plays Stubb. That'll be a good match, that one. Mind you, they're both from the States, so that'll be played in the middle of the night, so I probably won't see it. And then we've got a match between Mark Shark and Mooncake at 8 o'clock tonight. I might be able to get that tonight at 8 o'clock if it doesn't last much longer than 2 hours. And then we've got Chiku waiting to play the winner of that match. And then the match that we've just seen the end of there between Sergresh and River City. Sergresh winning 14 racks to 12 with a one ball bank onto the 10 over the middle. And then Wink at Me is to arrange his match with Spectre Dawn. That's another good tie. And a name I've never heard of, PR Jerry, I think it is, against Shaft Tracks. We've got Brain fell out against Bankster, who won last night against Miasma, 14 racks to 10. Sky Bitter with a bye. I presume that's meant to say Ice Age. You've got Dirty Harry against Ice Age. Sargo has a bye. King Eric against Jover, they have to arrange their match. Risk forfeited to Squirter, and Hazard, they've arranged their match for, when was that? Well, they're about to start in 20 minutes. I'm going to have to go and get something to eat though. And then Christian has arranged their match with whatever that name is there at 8 PM tomorrow, or sorry, Tuesday I think that is. And Party Marty has a bye. So anyway, that's enough waffle. Well, I wasn't expecting to stream that match, and we caught the end of the other match, so that was a bonus. Well, anyway guys, I'm going to go away and get something to eat because I definitely need it, and I may well be back later on tonight for that match at 8 o'clock. And so till then, thanks for your company, thanks for watching, stay safe and keep your distance, and we'll see you again soon.